Good evening and welcome to the 23rd edition of SEC Live. I'm yours truly, Jackson Johnson, and I will be joined by John D'Animo and TJ Ronan from Michigan at the Voice College Football in just a little bit to discuss the preview of the Citrus Bowl. And let me tell you something, folks, you're going to be in for a wild ride. But before we bring our guest in, we've got the merch store all right here at the Voice College Football because it's Christmas time, right? We've got the dad hat, the trucker hats. We've got the t-shirts, the polo shirts. We've got it all. We've got it all right here on the Voice College Football. And tune in. You're not going to want to make sure to miss it. You're going to want it. You're going to need it. And you're going to really love having the sweatshirt because it'll keep you warm. The mug, the can cooler, and the tumbler cups. Those are very special to have this Christmas. All right here. He is the co-host of the Michigan Call-In Show with Johnny Olden, the co-host of Michigan Mondays with Minnie Hunt, and with John D'Animo, the one and only himself, TJ Ronan. And he is the co-host of Michigan Wolverines Live, and you see him coming in to sub in on the Voice College Football every now and again, the one and only himself, the businessman, John D'Animo. How y'all gentlemen tonight?
Living the dream, man. Very excited about the trajectory of our program right now.
Oh, there we
go. How about that? Yeah.
Oh,
some interesting couple days, that's for sure.
Well, gentlemen, let's go ahead and go over the preview of Michigan, Texas in the 2025 Citrus Bowl. We'll go ahead and look at the position battles to look out for. And, you know, for those who are looking out for this game and haven't seen a little bit of Michigan, I don't know how you haven't seen Michigan, but for those who haven't, what are the position battles to really look out for in this matchup?
It's a fair question. I would say it's offensive line versus their defensive line. I mean, the thing is, and I'll be very transparent here, Jackson, is I don't know who is and is not playing for Texas. So I'm not sure if there's somebody sitting out, but I mean, the real battle for Michigan is going to be their Texas defensive line, that front seven, I guess the front seven in general, versus Michigan's offensive line, which John, I'm sure you saw, Giovanni El-Hadi's not playing.
Yep.
Jason Barnes not playing.
El-Hadi's opting out for
and
the
Derek
pros.
Moore, right? And
yeah,
Derek Moore's also
Derek Moore's
right?
opting out. Yep.
So those are the three for us who are not playing. Yeah,
Malik
so
Muhammad, the defensive back for Texas, is entering the draft for 2026, and it's looking like a likely opt-out for the Texas Longhorns.
Okay. John, any other position battles you think could be a good matchup?
Yeah, I mean, in addition to the trench play, like you said, that's a huge factor. I'm very interested to see how Arch Manning does against the edge rush and the D-line. So Arch Manning was sacked 23 times this season and has thrown 7 picks. So while he does have some dual threat ability, I do think that Michigan will be, even with the state of everything, which is kind of the elephant in the room right now, is how everybody's feeling given the uncertainty at head coach. I do believe from a talent perspective, Michigan's going to be up there in terms of the D lines that Texas has faced, and Arch Manning has folded under pressure. Right, 23 sacks is nothing to write home about there.
Yeah, and it's not really good to be having those kind of days for Arch Manning because he's going to have to really watch himself with the Michigan defensive line. And, you know, it's basically going to be who's more motivated right there because looking at the staff losses, Michigan has lost Chip Lindsey to Missouri. Texas has decided, we're not going with Pete Kotowski anymore. We're decided to go Will Muschamp. And that's going to be quite a toss-up, it looks like.
Is Muschamp coaching in the bowl, or is he going to be chilling until?
Oh, he's going to be chilling. He's coming in for 2026.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I will say one thing to point out is that Steve Casula is the interim offensive coordinator for Michigan. So he's going to be calling the plays, and he's actually going to be calling the plays because Biff has a hands-off approach when it comes to the offense. It's a very different situation than we've been dealing with in 2025 with Sharon Moore. And because of that, I predict that there's going to be some opening up of the offense this bowl game. If nothing else, I don't think we're going to see the turtling up that we saw in the OSU game, in the Oklahoma game. Those of you in the SEC probably know Oklahoma and what they've been going through, and that game against Michigan. So I do think you're going to see a slightly more open offense, more like the Maryland game and some of the more open games. It's a question of how can Bryce execute, really, and what that matchup looks like with Andrew Marsh also and Texas's defensive backs, because Andrew Marsh, I'd say, is the standout for Michigan's side, similar to like a Ryan Wingo for Texas. Like I'd say Ryan Wingo is extremely talented for Texas. I see some similarities there.
Yeah, and like just looking at Texas, and the passing yards allowed per season, it's not been the greatest for them because they've allowed a lot of passing yards. So it is not looking good for them. I mean, they're above Arkansas, but that's not really anything to brag about. I mean, it's not 1969 where you should brag about that.
Their pass defense is ranked 101st.
Yeah, it's terrible.
In the nation.
Yeah, it's bad. I mean, you're not going to be looking good against Bryce Underwood on New Year's Eve, allowing that many passing yards.
Don't tell Ohio State fans they think they win against an elite team.
Oh, man.
It's true.
Oh, man. Love to see the rivalry week jabs are still alive here in college football. There we go.
Yeah, we're constantly on their mind,
Yep. Especially on certain videos.
Oh yeah,
it's like we're all they think about.
Oh man.
Oh, we're that. What's so funny is that like we're at the point now where people literally do play-by-plays of our videos, and like literally will do their own broadcast with our videos and then freeze frame and like point out stuff like it's a play-by-play. It's really interesting to watch it.
Oh,
it happen.
Man.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Reaction videos.
Yep. Reaction videos to our content, which is 3 years ago, 4 years ago. That would have blown my mind. My mind.
I like it though. I think it's funny.
Oh yeah, I love it.
I think it's funny to. It's also interesting to get the perspective of others. But so looking at our
also,
offense,
what up, Michigander and Lance and Godfather of the SEC. Shout out,
boys. Michigan's offense is ranked 57th. Texas's offense is actually. Oh my god. Yeah. John, what do you think? I know we've been tied up in the coaching search. Like our mind is not on this game really. What do you think Texas is ranked offensively? Total offense.
40th.
Jackson, you said 40th? 70. Yeah. 73rd.
73rd?
I thought more like 55th.
Nah, their total offense is ranked 73rd.
Wow. Which is interesting.
That is based on yards a game, though. That's based on yards a game.
Okay, fair. One thing I've always had respect for Sark for is a play caller. And his ability to really rely on pre-snap motion, make you guess. And with Arch as a dual threat, it does cause the defense to make you think a little bit more. It's very, very shocking to hear
John, that. Not to talk over anyone. I'm sorry.
That's it.
John, this is just blowing my mind right now.
Yeah, me too. I thought it'd be like 7 or 10.
Oh, but it gets better. It gets better. So you know how like Ohio State fans think like, oh, well, we beat Texas. We are ranked better than Texas offensively and defensively. And they want to claim like that's some win, huh? That's fucking funny, bro.
They think Texas is a better win than Michigan.
Little do they know. Anyways, it's just funny to watch. So yeah, Texas really I didn't realize how bad of a year they had. Now, what does that mean for us in our game? No fucking clue. We have a coaching search Who knows where the roster's currently at? You know, Biff Poggi's trying to keep it together, have the boys ready for the game. But I don't know. You know, I don't even know. I don't know if the players' minds are even on this game. I don't know if the players' minds on the coaching search. I don't know if the players' mind is on the portal. You know, there's a belief that Michigan's going to be able to retain a lot of their guys, so maybe it will be on the game. But you know, then so like, well, I was going to say Jackson was saying, well, Michigan's defensive line, as if it's like some feared defensive line. Well, our best defensive lineman is not even playing.
Yeah.
Right.
So what does it mean? I don't know. You know?
Yeah, this is not looking good for either team, really, because like it just seems like who wants it more? That's gonna be.
I'd argue it's good for us, though. I mean, well, I don't know. I mean, that's
I honestly have absolutely. I'm just gonna say it. I have absolutely no earthly idea how this game is going to go, because I don't know how the uncertainty in the head coach situation is going to impact not just the players, but those coaches don't know if they have a job next year.
Right. And Chip Lindsey, which by the way, like, again, so we're going to go into, now we're going to go into like what we would go in on our show, but like Chip Lindsey left because Chip Lindsey's inexperienced. He knows he has to find his own raft. Okay. Because whatever next coach is coming is not keeping Chip Lindsey. Now, the rest of our coaching staff, I don't know. I mean, who would we say? I mean, Brian Jean-Marie's pretty experienced.
Tony Alford.
Tony Alford's very experienced, but I have a feeling he will be retained regardless. The rest of them are fairly newer coaches. I mean, Louis Bazito, I mean, I don't know, like Chip Lindsey knows the game. The rest of the coaching staff, I'm not too sure if they understand that they should be looking for their own.
At least there's no Wayne Martindale next year.
Well, we'll see. I don't know. Because if you really think about it, though, Jackson, is if let's just say we hired Kalen DeBoer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which I know you being a Bama fan.
Gonna rile up all the Bama fans.
Oh shit! I didn't realize your total defense was ranked 13th. Shit. Okay. What I was gonna say is like Womack, who's your defensive coordinator, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering if how Kalen would look at, and just so you know, the Kalen DeBoer shit, we're only entertaining the idea because we have no idea what our direction is right now. So we're hoping, because it doesn't make sense right now, that they're holding out hope for Kalen DeBoer, which would make sense. But regardless, yeah, I mean, I guess Womack does have a leg up on Wink Martindale, but Wink Martindale's, our defense was ranked 21st in the nation. But I mean, all the Michigan fans are well aware of our frustrations with Wink Martindale.
Yeah.
But the Texas shit, wild. Holy cow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like players are just opting out left, right, and center on both teams, really. But we're not seeing Arch Manning or Bryce Underwood because it's like they've got plenty of years left. They're good.
No, they're not opting out, and we do know that Arch Manning has announced he is coming back for another season in college football. He is not going to go to the draft.
Man, who saw that coming? Crazy.
Oh man. But yeah, like the keys to victory for Texas is basically to make sure to put a ton of pressure on Bryce Underwood, because if you could do that, you're good to go. Put a stop to the running game, you're really good to go. Mm-hmm. And Arch Manning really has to have a good day where it's basically, I would say, 230 passing yards or more.
What, to beat us? About a 230-yard game to beat us, Jackson? Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
I don't know. What's it matter if he has 3 turnovers? I mean, I don't know. That number to me is fruitless because it just comes down to turnovers at that point. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, look, Texas, one would argue, John, before looking at the numbers, one would argue Texas is probably the better team, right? Sure. Statistically speaking, they're really only better through the air. So the question becomes, is Jordan Marshall for sure going to run for us? We think so. I don't know though. I don't know how the injuries are looking.
I'd say Kudsdal is definitely going to be out
It
there.
doesn't
Just
that doesn't
question.
give me. If Marshall's in the game, I think we can win this.
I do too.
If Marshall's not in the game, I will say we are not going to win this. I would even put money on it that we're not going to win. Marshall's really our only hope, just like the Ohio State game. And there might be, potentially a Texas fan who's watching this or an SEC diehard. It is that dramatic, one player, because it's our offense. Without Marshall, the passing game won't have its balance, and the rushing attack will not be nearly as effective. Even though, what is Texas's rush defense? Let's look. So their rushing defense is. Oh damn! It's actually their strength. It's 10th in the nation. So yes, we 100% need Marshall to play. We're cooked. I mean, because they'll make us one dimensional as fuck. They'll get pressure on Bryce.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to put a ton of pressure on Bryce, and you have to make sure you're prepared for Jordan Marshall. Because you did that, you're good to go.
Yeah, there's only 3 players you got to worry about on our offense. It's Underwood if he's hot. It's Andrew Marsh because he's young and good, and then Jordan Marshall. Other than that, I'd say there's no real risks. Unfortunately, because Justice Haynes is out.
Yeah.
And the keys to victory for Michigan, what are they? Like, because I know that one of them is basically put a ton of pressure on Arch, because if you can do that, that's going to help.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that the real keys to me, John, I'll just give one. You can give another. It's the turnover battle. We got to win turnover battle. If we want to win this game, we're going to win turnover battle. Like we have to have a net positive turnover margin. I would say that's key number 1.
Yeah, I mean, I think that a key is the mental battle. How locked in are the players and the coaches to this game, right? I've seen some pretty positive film that's been out there, the Michigan football Twitter account and everything else. But I've also heard that some of the practices have been a bit mixed, as you could probably imagine when your head coach gets fired due to inappropriate relations with a staffer, and apparently that's open. That may have been an open secret, according to the Athletic article. So that's gonna cause mixed emotions. But Biff said today, Biff Poggi, the interim head coach, he had a press conference, and he was saying that the players feel like they can really just play football now. They feel like a load has been lightened, like they feel happier, like whatever was happening under Sharon Moore's leadership, that's gone, and it seems like an albatross is off the neck of everybody, and everybody's playing a bit looser.
Did you see the comments about Sharon Moore crying in meetings?
I heard that, yeah. We'll cover that tomorrow on Michigan Wolverines Live. I think I
can't wait to hear this tomorrow.
I have a lot to say on that. I have a lot to say on that.
We have a lot of comments on everything.
God. Yeah, we have a lot to talk about.
Oh, for sure.
But that's tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
that's tomorrow. Yeah. So yeah, all right. So I guess so I gotta get out of here in like 2 minutes because I gotta do another show. But do you want me to give a score prediction or?
Absolutely.
All right, we'll give a score prediction,
and we'll tell where they can find you.
Yeah, and do not put money on this because I have no clue. But I will say 24-17 Texas. I don't think our boys are going to be in the right mindset. I just don't.
Okay.
All right.
All righty.
Michigander's asking, what show are you doing?
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't actually know the name of the show. It's
SEC Live 23.
Yeah, no, he's talking about the next one I'm going on. It's through Riverside FM radio. I have no idea, bro. I'll be honest with you. I'm just clicking the link and hopping on. I don't know. It's another podcast. That's all I know. It's a Texas podcast. That's all I know.
All right.
No.
Heck yeah.
All right.
Check it out. All right.
I said that's all I know like 3 times after providing more information, but that is all I know.
There you go, man. Tell your friends, your family, and the cashier's post about the magic that TJ brings.
Thank you.
On TJ_Ronan on @/Twitter, and also give him a follow on Instagram. Tune in for more magic that he brings out.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, John. See you tomorrow.
Later, TJ.
See you soon, TJ.
Okay.
Oh, And it's gonna be a wild ride, watching the Citrus Bowl. But
Yeah.
man,
Yeah. I will say, like, I mean, again, we don't, the fact is, we don't know. We don't know if we're going to have a head coach by that point. So Ward Manuel has kind of told the players that they are expecting to have a new coach in place by the Citrus Bowl. He had previously said by Christmas. So he's already missed he's already missing what he's told players. And so I don't really know. Will we have a coach? Will we not have a coach? Because there's a faction that's still holding out for Kalen DeBoer. I think that's crazy at this point. I think that's lunacy at this point. Like, to think that DeBoer is going to leave Alabama after beating OU and potentially beating Indiana, that's insane, right? And so I'm more and more worried that Biff Poggi is going to be the head coach next year. And I think that is, we have so much to talk about tomorrow on our Michigan Live show, but that's going to be a big topic. Like, can they do better than pretty much the default hire that is going to cause players are going to leave because of that. Like, I know that he'll be able to keep some players, but some players are going to leave. Like, some players are going to go into the portal because Biff is the head coach. Don't get it twisted. Like, if they see stability at other programs, knowing that Biff may very well be a 1-year stopgap, and maybe they get offers to play at Texas or to play at another school, Oregon or wherever, they're going to consider it. Why? Because if they hire Biff, it's basically saying there's going to be an interim year, even if they don't say it out loud and they sign Biff to like a 3-year deal. Let's not get it twisted. If Biff goes 6-6, which is what I would predict if Biff was the head coach, it's going to be a one and done season for him. So I think I think there's a lot of uncertainty, and that the players and the coaches, they're going to have, one hand is going to be on the play sheet and one hand is going to be on the cell phone, looking at talking to other opportunities to make sure they have a job next year.
Yeah. It's not very stable, man. It's like, that's not looking good.
I'm just hoping, and Isaiah Hull did say today that he it very well could turn out to be a good outcome. I just know that it's very unlikely to get DeBoer at this point. And Dillingham, according to a faction, so apparently there was a faction of the admin that believed that Dillingham was not a good fit for Michigan. And there is a rumor that meant that his political beliefs were not aligned with Ann Arbor, and I'll just leave it there. If that did play a role, I think that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard, and everyone involved in that should be fired or voted out, because the Board of Regents, the state of Michigan voters vote. They have terms, and the state of Michigan, people who vote in the state of Michigan actually vote on the Michigan Board of Regents, the Michigan State Board. But if that's true, Kenny Dillingham just took an Arizona State program with almost no resources from 3-9 to 11 wins, 8-4 this year. Probably could have gone to the playoff if everybody had stayed healthy. A lot of injuries over there. If that had anything to do with the decision, I don't care about their politics. Left, right, center, swinging on the trapeze. Are they a good football coach? Have they shown success? Have they shown that they're a leader of men? Have they shown that they can foster talent and do more with less? All of the above is yes for Kenny Dillingham. So I was floored that and apparently it was a few of the regents and Ward who felt allegedly that they'd like to go another direction. I'm shocked, and frankly, he was a lot of our pick, and it wasn't just TJ and me in the media who were talking about this. This was all over. This, like, people getting full-time salaries we're predicting that it would be Dillingham or DeBoer. So people saying, oh, this was TJ and John like going out on like this was people like major media outlets where they're getting paid salaries to do this work. We're putting this out there. And we were getting intel also that DeBoer and Dillingham were top kind of 1A and 1B. So it is what it is. We do have Stephen Cherry on X right now. So double J and 2 Scoop. That's like Steve has known me a long time. Because that's an old.
Oh, geez, remember you as 1 Scoop John.
1 Scoop John. And then some people added an extra scoop for whatever reason and called me 2 Scoop John. But
and I always remember he's the host of the Ocho.
Yes. Well, once I started hosting College Football After Dark is when I switched to my name. Because at that point, like, okay, I was doing shows for the network and I was hosting. And at that point I switched over to John to my name. But yeah, it's been 4 years, 4.5 years almost, Jackson.
Oh man, like that's so cool. Like I'm getting close to my 2-year anniversary. So that's gonna be cool right there. Oh man. We gotta talk about ourselves. We didn't get to give our score predictions yet.
Yes. So I will say this. I'm feeling a 33-18 Texas type game, and that's going to make a lot of Michigan fans upset at me. But I'm just being really honest that with all the uncertainty going on, I just don't see Michigan able to overcome that. Texas is gonna. I also don't think Texas is going to be on their A game because they wanted to make the playoff. Texas wanted to make the playoff. Let's call it what it is. They wanted the playoff. To them, this is like playing in the Cheez-It Bowl is a consolation, and I get it. So I could see it being a very tight first half where Michigan and Texas trade blows, and then Texas just overtakes in the second half. That's kind of what I'm thinking may happen.
Well, I've got Texas winning a tight one in a 24-17 fashion over the Michigan Wolverines. I feel like it's really going to be closer than the experts have it, really. And I think the fact of the matter is both teams, like you said, they're not really going to be on their A game. They're not really thinking about the Citrus Bowl. They're not thinking about, well, we didn't get what we wanted, but we're going to end this season with a bang. It's just going to be, I just want to get through this day and just go party on for New Year's Eve like an alley cat.
Yeah, I just think that if both teams are not on their A game, then Texas not being on their A game is they're older, they're more experienced, they've had more game reps. Michigan is the youngest team in the Big Ten, and that's with all of their people. And we've got a lot of people either injured or opting out. 3 opt-outs, and then most likely Rod Moore isn't going to be playing due to injury. Most likely Ernest Hausman isn't going to be playing due to his religious experience journey, whatever you want to say. I believe he's not even in the country at the moment. So there's stuff going on with the players where it does seem like Biff has kept a lot of them. I was actually expecting a lot more opt-outs. I am kind of shocked, but I think everybody wants to put their best film out there. They want to play and put good film so that whether they stay at Michigan with the new head coach or whether they go elsewhere, they've got the film if they decide to hit the transfer portal to show other schools.
No doubt. I mean, because, I'm curious to see what'll happen, but it's just like, I'm wondering if there's going to be more opt-outs after this airing of this episode of SEC Live. It makes me feel like there could be, there may not be, but we'll definitely wait and see. I know January 2nd, I'm definitely keeping an eye on that. I'm keeping an eye on New Year's Day and New Year's Eve. That's for sure.
There's a question about what Rod Moore's injury is. So it was an ACL tear.
Yeah.
in 24, he tore his ACL and he re-aggravated it this year.
Yeah.
And so that's why he's been kind of in and out. And it's a shame because when he was in, even this year, when he was in, he was essentially the quarterback of the defense because he's experienced. He helped everybody calm down, get set, put in the right position. When he's in there, the defense just looks a little bit sharper. It just looks a little bit more on it, even if he himself isn't contributing a ton in a particular game. So I think that there will be some injury opt-out, like not opt-outs, but people out with injury. And so Jordan Marshall's the big question mark. He did try to play against Ohio State. Does he try to play in this game where really there's nothing on the line? And I could see him trying, but I could see him also just kind of sitting this one out. I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah, if I'm him, I would just sit and chill. Just
let
make
Goodsall and Jasper Parker and Micah Kapana, those three might be getting some run.
There you go. There you go. And that is the preview for the Citrus Bowl. But first, we've got some VOCF bets from the man himself, Mark Rogers. Roll it.
College football is even more exciting when you've got some action on the line, and the games are even better when you're cashing in. And the Voice of College Football is the place to be to get the greatest value. Start with my picks. 75% against the money line, 58% against the spread, and I've got a 40-plus year track record. 11-0 in the college football playoff for me last year against the money line, 8-3 against the spread. And I'm just the warm-up act. Steve Merrill of Wager Talk is our ace in the hole, show stopper. 7 years with the Voice of College Football, over 30 years in the industry. Steve gives us analysis on all the big games, but you can't miss Steve's weekly under-the-radar pick. 28-12 against the spread the last 3 years. You also get picks from some of our top analysts here at the Voice of College Football, including Corey Bratta, Matt Zemek, and Steve Dace. Check out those numbers. Become a YouTube or Patreon member for just $99 per month. Go to the main channel on YouTube, click join, and then select a betting tier. Do the same thing on Patreon. Make 2025 a winner now.
There you go. And that's why you go to Mark Rogers, you go to Steve Dace from the Steve Dace Show and the Michigan Podcast, Matt Zemet from USC Primetime Live, Trojans Wire, College Wire, Corey Bratta from the Hawkeye the Storm and Iowa Hawkeyes Live Tuesday afternoons at 4:30 p.m. Central Time, 4 p.m. Central Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, and Steve Merrill for those under the radar picks of the week and those holiday nuggets.
Holiday nuggets. I love it. Yeah. So real quick, in about 48 minutes, Mark Rogers, Voice of College Football, is going to be going live for the college football live show. And so check that out. They're going to be talking about the Rose Bowl, cotton, sugar, and orange. And so maybe I'll call in. We'll see.
Oh, there we go.
We'll see. And then tomorrow night, everybody tune in, 8 p.m. Eastern. I feel like it's going to be one of the wildest shows we've ever done because I think people are going to be wanting to give their take on the last couple of days of what's going on with Michigan football. Why haven't we gotten a head coach yet? What is the intel that we know? And all I can say is buckle up, get your popcorn ready, because we're going to be on one tomorrow night. I can guarantee you that.
Yep. And, just like bait, if you're Ward Main, which I do not see him lasting long after this kerfuffle. I mean, if you're making promises, we'll have a head coach by Christmas and a head coach by New Year's Eve, which, I don't think he's going to go through with that promise. It's just that was just a disaster when Michigan gave that contract extension. That's a mess. Like it was just a mess. And honestly, I just would not want to be working for somebody that I don't even know if that guy's going to be my boss or not. Like, that's a mess. But
yeah, Biff is doing the best he can. Biff Poggi. He was a former hedge fund manager. He's He's a business guy like me. Slightly different types of business. He does hedge funds. I'm on more sales and media, but there's some transferable skills, and I do believe that he's on the Zooms with the parents. He specifically mentioned not one but 2 Zoom calls with the moms of the players. So very, very specifically mentioned that in the press conference, and he's doing the best he can, I think, to keep the team together for this game and to help them on whatever their next step is. And I think the urgency is huge for Michigan to lock a head coach as soon as possible, because as we all know, the transfer portal opens up January 2nd.
Man, it's like everybody's about to get off from winter break, but but it'll be interesting seeing. I'm already kind of getting excited thinking about a Biff Poggi Media Days appearance at Big Ten Media Day, because I mean it's like a Big Ten equivalent of Ed Orgeron, although not Ed Orgeron, because we can actually understand what Biff is saying. and the subtitles won't have a hard time understanding them.
Yeah, what's Coach O doing these? Like, maybe Coach O would like to come over and coach Michigan. Wouldn't that be fun? Absolutely. He wouldn't pass the background check though. That background check that we're doing, he probably wouldn't pass that, knowing what we know.
I mean, that would be pretty cool. Like, I mean, you got like Cajun Fred you would have Cajun Fred Blindstone in the Big Ten.
It'd be hilarious.
And Brett Bielema kind of looks like old Butthead for Beavis and Butthead. So I mean, it's like, it's just too funny. Where it's like they look kind of alike. I was like watching Beavis and Bud on like Paramount Plus the other night, and I was watching like one of the episodes where it's like old Beavis and Butthead where they look old. And I'm like, oh my God. Old Butthead looks like exactly like Brett Bielema.
Yeah. Oh man. I didn't even think about that. I'll leave that alone. Yeah. Good old Brett. Or Bert, as some of us say.
Oh yeah. He's gonna score.
Yeah. By the way, in case somebody's going to take what I said seriously, I'm not seriously putting Coach O as a candidate for the head coaching job. Let me be very clear, because someone's going to take this clip, and I'm not seriously saying it. But it is going to be interesting seeing who gets picked in the end.
Y'all blame me for that, ladies and gentlemen. So it's like blame that on me, folks. But I kind of want to see Edo back in the coaching anywhere.
100%. What a legend. What a legend.
Oh, yeah. Let's bring back Cajun Fred Flintstone. Only trouble is, who's the Cajun Barney Rubble? I'm not going to figure that one all night long. But, well, before we sign off for the night, what magic are you cooking up for those who don't know about you, good buddy?
Yes. So I will be hosting Michigan Wolverines Live, as always, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern. I am also, I'm like 99% sure that I'm also hosting tomorrow night the College Football After Dark show, or the College Football Late Night show on Mark Rogers, Voice of College Football. As of right now, I believe I am. And so we'll be doing those shows. And, I always pop up on shows from time to time, that, like this one here and others.
There you go.
And we'll be doing a post-game live, of course, for the Citrus Bowl when we get there.
There you go, folks. Give John a follow on /Twitter, and also give him a follow on Instagram and Threads, ladies and gentlemen. He's a freaking magician. He and TJ are the magicians of Michigan for a reason. That's what they are.
Appreciate you, Jackson.
Oh, you're welcome, man. And you can check me out on Alabama with the Voice College Football. We usually have it on tonight, but the thing is, we had to move it down to Friday night because holiday schedules. But that's okay. We've got Primetime Live, as usual, tomorrow night with Travion Ware and myself, 6 p.m. Central Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And you can always check me out, Tucker Harlan, Josh Mahler, Andrew Miller, all right here on SEC at the Voice of College Football. And you can check out my latest episode of the Jack Sunny with Jackie Franchoni from Woohoo's 247 discussing the
Mm.
Virginia Cavaliers
Yes.
and what the future of Chandler Morris is looking like. Episode 93 of the Jats Zone, all right there on Jatson Johnson 979, looking to get the 1,000 subs before the start, before like I would say the start of March of 2026, but I know I can get there. Need all the help I can get on there because I'm basically 272 subs away from that magic number. But also here on ACC at the Voice of College Football, we're 7 subs away from the magic number 1,300. And I would say we are 707 subs away from that magic number 2,000. We can get there for sure. Need all the help we can get.
Yeah,
And
fun fact, I did interview Jackie, I think it was 2 years ago.
oh yeah,
and she called in. I was guest hosting for Mark, and she called in, and I wasn't expecting her. And I just had to very, very quickly do a 20-minute interview about Virginia football. So that was fun, and we had a great time, and I know that she'll be a great guest for you, Jackson.
Oh man, it was a lot of fun talking with her, man. I tell you what. And you can, and for more updates, what I've got going on, the Jacksonian, Alabama at the Voice of College Football, SEC at the Voice of College Football, once, twice a week appearances with Mountaineer Paul on Lockdown West Virginia for Jackson's World of College Football, and once, twice a week call-ins on the Paul Feinbaum Show. Check me out, Jats VOCFB on ed/Twitter and on Instagram threads, Jackson Johnson 543908. And with that being said, we wish you all a happy Monday night, and to stay safe, stay warm. It's cold out, and to like, comment, subscribe, click on the notification bell so you never miss another video or another episode whatsoever, and we will be seeing you soon. Take care, everybody.
Go Blue.
Roll Tide.